Everything looks to be set up. Of course, we're just going to check and make sure everything's working. As we're going over to our phone. All right, everything's good. Let's just jump into it. I don't need any graphics. I don't need anything else. So here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the CollingsThodeNetwork. We're going to jump right into it with our 6th edition of the Panthers mock draft. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to our last episode. Crazy amount of views. I thank you all. So we're going to see what we can do for this one. And we're going to try to go a little bit realistic again here. Now, I will take... I listen to your guys' comments. I do. A lot of you didn't agree with cutting Xavier Leggett. And sure, I get it. I fully do. Maybe it's not a guy that we truly need to cut yet. He's still on his rookie deal. Sure, we'll keep him this time. But that was the only time we made the playoffs. And whether that's me being a bad general manager or Xavier Leggett being the problem, who knows? But on this one, we'll see what I can do here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do two to three restructures, and we're going to make maybe 2 cuts. So looking at the restructures, one of the big ones is going to be Derek Brown's. I think it's possible this happens in real life. Same with potentially a guy here like Taylor Moton. And then a third one, I'm going to give Turk Wharton one. Who knows if he'll get in real life, but I just feel like that's a contract that as a team, we kind of need that to be a bit better. I'm going to cut Ashawn Robinson. Of course, he's a very quality player, but not quite, not quite $2 million cap hit. That $10 million savings is just too good. Looking through the names here, looking at guys, the next one I'm going to cut, it's not about savings. It's just about ending the career. Andy Dalton, we're good. Thank you for what you did for this team, but we're officially going to cut our ties there. And that's going to do it. No one else is really worth it to cut on this team. None of these guys, well, you know what? We're going to cut Jatiri Carter because it gives us $1 million in savings, and we're going to leave it at that as we're going to hop into the re-signing phase of our guys here. I know a big thing I want to do in this mock off-season is grab a new tackle. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is get a new tab here to make sure that I get some of the best NFL free agents. Because this matters, and especially if I'm going to be going out there and getting an all-new offensive tackle for that left side, because of course we all knew Ikeong Okongwu is going to be missing this season, which not good, especially for the blind side for Bryce Young there. So looking at some of the available guys, of course Cam Robinson, Spencer Buford, both guys I like, Landon Young even. So those will be my 3 names that I'm really going to be targeting here. So going into the re-signing, Dalton, we're good. Rico Dowdle, we're good. A lot of these guys we're going to be good on. If David Moore would take that, that's too bad. As there has been a little update here with desired contracts. That's pretty cool. Minimum number of years, he only wants 2. We're just going to keep it simple with a 3, and we're going to bring him back for 1.2. David Moore is Dave Canales' guy, and honestly, at this point, I trust him. As Jalen Coker taking his $1 million, that always makes me laugh. And then we'll get Bryson Tremaine as well. That's going to do it for bringing back wide receivers. James Mitchell, you're not really worth it to bring back, but I don't plan on re-signing a tight end. So a guy that knows the system, we might as well have him back. I'm going to bring back Jay Curhan. I'm not going to bring back Yosh Nijman. For the amount of money that both of them want, it's just not good enough, especially as I want to replace these guys. So, we're not bringing them back. Brady Christensen here, he was wanting 1.9. We'll see if he could get away with 1.8. I just saw a PFF grading on Brady Christensen. Apparently, he's one of the highest graded blockers on the guard position in the entire league. Of course, he doesn't play as much as some other guys, so that doesn't help his case, but golly, can he block when he does play. Austin Corbett will take 1.5. We'll get him back. And there we go. We're gonna get Cade Mays back this time. We are. I like Cade Mays. We're a winning team with Cade Mays. These past 2 times I haven't re-signed him, but this one I can't not re-sign him. $5 million for Ashawn Robinson. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I just can't. Now, Trey Gibson, I absolutely can. I tried to get greedy there. I will not lie to you. But I absolutely think Trey Gibson is worth it to bring back. Same with Incoom. Both these guys. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Some of those underrated guys for that Panthers defense down the stretch last year. Isaiah Simmons, I will let walk this time. Don't necessarily. I guess it's a body. It's a cheap body. We're happy with a cheap body at the end of the day. So we'll take that. Roseboom, that's a high minimum for Roseboom. So I think we're gonna skip on Roseboom because that's my next plan. Is when we go into the draft later on in this video, I'm gonna make a trade up. I have to. I want to get Sonny Styles so bad, You guys have no idea. That was funny. Of course, Robert Rochelle ain't gonna take that. We'll see if he'll take 1.5. No, has to be 2 for Rochelle, but we'll bring him back. For some reason, this website thinks that our cornerback room is just dog, which they also fixed it, so there's no longer 2 Michael Reeds, and we also don't need to re-sign Jensen ourselves. Now, I do want to bring back Sam Martin. He was low-key one of our most underrated players all season, the best special teamer we had far and away, and that's going to be it for my re-signing. Roseboom, I'm sorry. I loved the one season you gave us, but I just don't see it again. So now we go into free agency. First thing I want is a new left tackle, new blind side protector here. And I think the first guy I'm going to look for is Spencer Buford. I doubt that he's going to be on this list. I got a really good feeling that he's going to be re-signed, but you never know. I just need to remember how the alphabet works, of course. Samuel Jackson, the only S name here, so we're not going to grab him. We will go look for Cam Robinson. Yeah, it's definitely... Well, there's 2 big fish, and it's Rasheed Walker and Cam Robinson. It goes $20 million market value, $13 million, and then $3 million. I tried to get cheap. Didn't work out. We'll see if Cam Robinson is here, but it does not look like he will be. Yeah, no Cam Robertson either. Rasheed Walker. It's not like I want to spend $20 million on a guy, but I'm not being given many choices here, as I don't even think we're going to get a Rasheed Walker. Okay, the left tackle, just the offensive tackle is, it's looking light. No Rasheed Walker, no Cam Robinson, no Spencer Buford. Is Justin Skull? Justin Skull's there. That's going to be the next best guy. And, hey, I like saving a little bit of money. But, again, this is really going to be the best guy I could find to bring in as a protector. And let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat if you know of any left tackles that are out there that are better than that I might be underrating just because I'm not, completely locked in on my tackles, I guess. Next thing this team needs so horribly badly is a free safety. So bad. I mean, I love Trevon Moehrig. I love Latham Ransom, but really it does not work if those are the only 2 guys. So first name, no Jimmy Ward. He's old. I get it. He's old, but he is genuinely listed as a free safety. Is Tony Adams here? Tony Adams is here for $6 million, free safety from the Jets. It would be nice to save him from purgatory. And, we're going to do it. We'll give us Tony Adams here. He's a genuine free safety. He's pretty cheap. His market value is a lot higher here. It looks like we're going to get him on a slight bargain, 1.3. Will it be enough for this team? Who knows? Who knows? I hope so, as we still have a good amount of money, $24 million to spend here. Tight end is definitely one of those things to look at. Wide receiver, another running back. I think running back's where I'm actually going to bounce to next, and then we're going to focus fully on, getting whatever we can at the defensive position before we head off into the draft. I might want to grab a guy. Actually, I'm going to do this first for money reasons. We're going to go to linebacker, and we're just going to grab as a safety net Leo Chanel. Now, his desired min is 4. I'm more than happy to pay it. Just as a backup option in case we can't get a Sonny Styles because he is skyrocketing up draft boards right now. So we'll see. We'll go look for a running back again. I'll go kind of cheap here. A Najee Harris I don't really like, but a Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell might be, well, he's not here. Well, Kenneth Gainwell would have been the perfect guy to play alongside a Chuba Hubbard, but instead, he's not here. I really don't want to pay $9 million for Kenneth Walker. I'm just looking at these names. None of them really excite me like that, you know? Maybe one of these cheap options if I scroll down the list. Yeah, the list of guys here for running back is... Let's just say there's been better lists in the past. As I guess some of the biggest names I'm looking at here that I would want to be backup would be, yeah, like a Gainwell, maybe Chubb. Good old Nick Chubb. I'd be more than happy to bring in Nick Chubb. I think he's a perfect goal line carry guy. He's very good securing the ball. He's going to be nowhere near as good as his Cleveland days, but we got the cap space to afford it. I was just thinking what else this team needs. Maybe another guard. As looking at the tackle situation, we got 4. I'm happy with that. Looking at the guards, I'm happy with the guards. I'm happy with our center. I like this offense a lot more than this website clearly does. Maybe if we could bring in a bona fide edge rusher, but that's something I'm definitely going to look for in the draft. As I'm just looking around, I guess we'll just look for big fishes at this point. We might as well go swinging. We got $21 million. As this is a fun position to be in, I can't really think of anything that I'm missing out on with this team. A backup quarterback, but I'm just going to draft one. We're good there. Tight end, I might draft one. If we go over here, there's no one really that makes me go, yeah, we need that. That would save us. Njoku's nice. I love the thought of Njoku on this team. How much does he want? He wants $8 million. We'll wait. We'll look at all the names. We'll see who's up there in the $20 million range, and potentially we'll bring in someone like that. If not, then okay, let's see. Maybe a bona fide former superstar. Nah, I'm not doing Khalil Mack. We'll go Odafe. $2 million. On Sport Rack, it says he wants $20 million. That's strange. What's it gonna say for Khalil Mack? If he's no Khalil Mack, okay. Well, that was unexpected, y'all. I was not expecting to get him for that cheap. We're gonna continue to search through the list here, see what we could get. If there's a chance, we're gonna look for it, and then we'll move on to the draft. Alec Pierce. How much does he want? 20. We have 19.8 to spend. Let's just do it. Let's empty the bank. And he takes it. All right. We don't have to worry about wide receiver. We don't got to worry about much on this team other than linebacker right now, and maybe a few guys on the line, both offensively and defensively. So let's do it. Let's hop into the draft. This is most likely what y'all have been waiting for, and it's the most exciting part of every video. So we got pick 19. I'm going to pause the draft now. We're going to go propose a trade to the Cincinnati Bengals to try to get that 10th pick, because I've seen Sonny Styles get drafted that early. So I'm going to give them 19. I'm going to give them my next year first. I'm going to ask for 72. Okay, I'm going to ask for 72, and I'll give you my next year. I'll give you the 6th, because it doesn't affect this video. There we go. Trade's been a thing. If you want to complain about that trade, go right ahead in the chat, in the comments. I'll keep it in mind if that's a little unrealistic. But here we go. We now have the 10th pick instead, and then we have a later pick here. Was a little expensive. It was a little expensive. I doubt the Panthers trade this year's and next year's first. We probably shouldn't pull a Falcons, but whatever. We're having fun around here. So here we go. We just got to hope. And all right. So Sonny Styles went. That's funny. Not what I was expecting, but something new. So Sonny Styles went 6th. Whoops. My bad. There's probably no way I could trade for him. No, there's no way. But Caleb Downs is here. You're telling me Caleb Downs is here? Okay. I don't need to ask twice. Caleb Downs as our first pick. If you're trading up for Sonny Styles and he goes 6th, oh my goodness, I've never seen him go 6th before in any of my mocks that I've done. Well, that's a good consolation prize. As looking here, Lee Hunter. Oh, Lee Hunter excites me, y'all. Of course, we all know we got a lot of Cassius Howell fans out there, and I'm one of them. Josiah Trotter is exciting, but it's the unknown. It scares me. Lee Hunter slipping this far, I mean, the help that Derek Brown's going to get, I'm going Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter, Derek Brown down the middle, Caleb Downs at safety. We still really, really badly have to draft a linebacker. I will admit that, as I'm just going to decline all trades from here on. Well, there's an edge rusher I like. There's a couple other guys, but there's no linebacker still 82, so I think I'm just going to draft an edge, Mason Thomas. Of course, that's our Mason Thomas. He's a smart guy, a little bit light for an edge rusher, but I really liked his interview where he said it's all about speed, and by being lighter, I'm faster. And he said what? It was acceleration times mass equals force. He's a much smarter guy than me, apparently, because I don't know about any of that stuff. As looking here at the list, I think I might reach on Deontay Lawson. Just to fill out that room, a guy that was a full-time starter for Alabama, as it says here, I'm doing it. We're going to go Deontay Lawson, try to get as much value as we can in the linebacker department, because we all know that's where we need the most help. But right now with the linebacker room being Trevin Wallace, Leo Chanel, and now the man that I just drafted, of course, Deontay Lawson, I like the look of it a lot more here, and it really opens us up to draft a ton of different stuff. We could go really whatever. I'm looking at a few offensive tackles. I'm looking at this tight end out of Utah. This guy's exciting and gets a little bit more, just a tiny bit more tight end help. Maybe is all this team needs. I do hear your comments saying that the Panthers don't use tight end enough in the offense to make a pick like that worth it, but I feel like if we had more talented guys, we'd have more options in the short passing game that Tedero McMillan doesn't have to pick up on all of the curl routes. Think about watching Panther games this year. Think about how many first downs we picked up on a Tedero McMillan curl route, and having a tight end that you can hit down the middle when the defense is playing a soft, squishy zone. It's why I like Kenyon Sadiq, but either way, we're a bit past that point, as we only have 3 picks left in this video here. I'm gonna hold off. I don't really want Carson Beck at all on this team, if I'm being honest with y'all. Tyron Montgomery's interesting, but I don't really trust a guy that went to John Carroll, if we're being honest with each other. Logan Jones is exciting, and I haven't gone a O-line yet, so we'll go a guy that I feel like could play anywhere. And we're still here. Zane Durant. I mean, it wasn't the greatest year for him last year, but like it's a guy that we know has success. I think I'm actually just gonna go Caleb Alarms, or 6'2", 235. It's another linebacker. It's a guy that, again, he's slipping a bit in this draft here. I got to do it. As now I got to look for quarterback. Now I got to look for a backup. Maybe I just go a 7th rounder. And yeah, this is my 7th rounder. My last pick in the draft, as we don't have a 7th rounder here. So we're going to draft a... Cade Klopnik, Drew Alar. We're going to do Drew Alar. Shout out my dad. He's an Ohio State fan, so shout out my former hockey coach, Penn State fan. He would like that pick, and that's going to do it for the mock draft. Looking at my picks, and went Caleb Downs, Lee Hunter, R. Mason Thomas, Deontay Lawson, Logan Jones, Caleb Alarms Orr, and then Drew Alar. Here's what the full team roster looks like. I'll scroll through it slowly so you can get a good look at it all. All right, that's too slow. We know what the team is. Let's go into the season simulation, what you've all been waiting for. Let's see if we make the playoffs. I am so nervous. Every time we get to this point of the video, I am so nervous about making the playoffs. I'm promising you I'm not looking at the screen. I'm just going to be looking at my camera here to see when you guys see. I'm trying not to pay attention. A lot of the times I spoil myself a little bit, so we're just going to do it and pray. Pray we make the playoffs. Pray we have a winning record. And we did. We won the division. We went 9-8. We'll take that. We'll take it all day. One game better than last season. We got to face the Packers in the first round. And we win. All right. 2nd round bound. All right. This is great. All right. We lost in the playoffs, but we made the divisional round. What we keep improving week after week. So you're going to have to make sure to subscribe to the CollingsThodeNetwork. Click the bell icon so next Friday you do not miss out on when I post the next Panther mock draft and to see, well, if we're going to win a Super Bowl or not. So that's going to be all for me today. Peace, everyone.